Hello guys, welcome back to the Crooked Hour. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great. You know, this weekend we got UFC Paris, let's go. Should be a good card overall, you know. It's been a while since I've done this pick show. We're going to get through these picks, say my picks. And yeah, we're going to see how we go. This is a very hyped card. We got a bunch of different fights on this card. I mean, some fights I'm excited for. We got Stephanie Edgar versus Ailin Perez. Ailin Perez is going to come out the W, I believe. We got Buckley versus Imavov. We got Michael Figlak versus Vaz Ziam. Probably butchering that name. We've got Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Jourdain. We've got Nasrat versus John Medesi. And then, of course, we got the main and the co-main, which are the just... They add the extra spice to it. They add the extra spice. It's like adding some extra spice, some extra pepperoni on your pizza. We've got Robert Whittaker and Marvin Vettori all taking place in Paris. Should be a decent card. And we're going to go through the picks, you know. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited. I feel like this has been better than some of the pay-per-views that we're getting and that we've been through. So, yeah, let's jump into it. First bet on the slip. Robert Whittaker to beat Marvin Vettori. Now, Marvin Vettori's lost all my respect. I mean, I'm going to play a clip right now, and this is what Marvin Vettori did in the face-off. I mean, what a little rat. What a little rat. How can you have respect for this bloke? I mean, Robert Whittaker, nice guy, you know, tries to shake his hand and he just shrugs him off. What a little rat, you know. I hope he loses. I really do hope he loses. Lost my respect there. And Robert Whittaker is going to straight dust him. He's going to straight dust him. No, but realistically, it should be a close fight. Marvin Vettori, very durable, bit stiff. But he's just very durable and he likes to make it a dogfight. And this is what he's going to try and do here against Robert Whittaker. It's going to be up to Robert Whittaker to bounce in and out, land his shots, move around, make this his type of fight, stop the takedowns, maybe even go for a takedown of his own. Overall, though, I could easily see Robert Whittaker winning every round here, outpointing Marvin Vettori, maybe even stunning him with that head kick that he likes to throw up. And Marvin Vettori does eat those head kicks. He does eat those head kicks. He ate one against Paulo Costa. He's a bit hittable. And as Robert Whittaker says, he wants to hit him as much as he can. Let's hope he just doesn't wear himself out. Overall, probably, I'm pretty confident. I think 80 times out of 100, I think Robert Whittaker wins this fight. So I'm going to give it 80% Robert Whittaker, 20% Marvin Vettori. I think Robert Whittaker gets it done. Unanimous decision. Next up, I got Roman Kopylov against Alessio Di Chirico. I've got 0.8 units on Roman Kopylov. I feel like he's just slightly better. I don't really rate Alessio Di Chirico. I just feel like he's very flat-footed, very stiff. He's like a poor man's Vettori. Yeah, I just don't really rate him. I mean, he's got some decent knockouts, like that one he got against Buckley. But overall, I feel like Kopylov hasn't really shown what he's made of in the UFC. And I guess it's a bit of a gamble to expect him to come out and do it in this fight. But that is what I'm banking on. I'm expecting Roman Kopylov to come out, show everybody what he was made of before he joined the UFC. And I need you to understand that this guy before the UFC came in, decision, KO, lost to Carl Roberson, lost to Albert Duraev, and now he's going up against Di Chirico. I think it might be another KO. I feel it. You know, Di Chirico came in, lost against Kevin Holland, lost against Muradov, lost against Cummings, and then lost against Abdul Razak Al-Sahan with the win in Buckley in between there. But this man is 1-4 in the UFC. I mean, I just feel like Roman Kopylov's going to finally show up. It's a gamble, but if Roman Kopylov does show up, I feel like he gets the job done here. Got to look out for those takedowns of Di Chirico, but I feel like he gets it done. 0.8 units on that. Next up, Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Jourdain. I see a lot of people saying whenever anybody picks Nathaniel Wood, they're like, no, don't pick Nathaniel Wood. Whatever you do, don't pick Nathaniel Wood. But I feel like Nathaniel Wood is we don't really know where he's at. Like, He looked really good, really sharp, barely got hit in his last fight. Sure, Charles Jourdain is a lot more dangerous than Charles Rosa, but I feel like he's going to add another Charles onto his win streak, you know, 2 Charles down. Charles Oliveira next. No, I'm just joking. I feel like we don't know exactly where Nathaniel Wood's at, and this is paying 2.15. I feel like it's not bad to sprinkle a little bit on Nathaniel Wood. You know, he could look really sharp here. He could look really sharp. Find the mark. I could just see him outboxing Charles Jourdain for 2 rounds. Maybe Charles Jourdain comes back in the 3rd, wins the 3rd, nearly gets Nathaniel Wood out of there. But for the odds, I wouldn't mind sprinkling a little bit on Nathaniel Wood on what I think is close to a 50-50 fight. Maybe 55-45 towards Charles Jourdain. But nonetheless, it's a close fight. And I wouldn't mind taking the dog in this one. So Nathaniel Wood, we don't know where he's at. You know, we don't know where he's at. He could be a lot better. Next up, we got Buckley against Imavov. I'm kind of regretting this bet. I seen him at the face-off, so I'll pull it up now at the face-offs. Imavov is so much bigger than Buckley, and it's a little bit scary, you know. I didn't realize he was that much bigger. Like, even just his head looks bigger than Buckley. And Buckley is 5'10", and Imavov is 6'3", so I mean, you could see it, but he just looked massive. He looked like a giant compared to Buckley, and it's got me a bit scared, but nonetheless, the bet's down now. I don't cash out of my bets. No matter what, I don't cash out of my bets. I die by the sword, you know. We're diving into this one. You know, Buckley's got an inch reach advantage here. Imavov might be massive, but Buckley's going to be able to find the chin. I believe it, and he's going to get a KO win here. Let's go, Buckley. Let's hope he's got Dale Brown in his corner to back him up, to give him that advice that he needs, and we're going to get the dub. Ailin Perez against Stephanie Edgar. Now, I've got a little story behind this one. It's a stupid story. We've got a stupid bet here, but Ailin Perez is going to get it done, I believe, anyway. So I tweeted out saying my favourite dogs for this card. I said Ailin Perez, Nathaniel Wood, Buckley are all good underdogs in my opinion. And she replied to me tweet, a small guy like me, as Shady Shane said, a guy with only 13 subscribers, you know, and Ailin Perez, UFC star, UFC newcomer, replied to me. I mean, how could I not back her? She's also been talking a big game, saying that she's not going to let it go to the judges, and she's even said she's going to get it out in the 1st round. I don't really rate Stephanie Edgar. I feel like Ailin Perez has got an advantage on the feet, and when it hits the ground, I think it's very close. Maybe I'd edge it to Stephanie Edgar with her submissions and her judo, but Ailin Perez, I feel like she could easily get it done on the feet, and when the odds are at 3.90, I mean, that's madness. I could see Ailin Perez coming out here, winning the strike at exchanges. I don't know if she'll get a finish, honestly don't. Only reason I bet on her having a finish is because she's been talking it up on Twitter, and who am I to say no to that? I just wouldn't tail me, Zorba. Next up, we've got a parlay. Whitaker and Gant. I got 1.2 units on this, paying out 1.68. Not bad when I think both of these people are going to win. Sucks to not take Ty here, but Gain is my favourite heavyweight. I feel like he's the heavyweight champion in my opinion, or soon to be. Ty, you know, he's got the power, but I feel like Gain's going to get it done against him, and Whitaker is just going to school Marvin, you know. It's coming. It is coming. Then we got Perez wins by TKO, KO or sub, paying out 7.00, got 0.2 units on it, only a small sprinkle, just because of the tweets. And then I've also got Perez wins in round 1, paying out at 11.00, 0.02. Very little sprinkle, just because she's been speaking a big game. And as I said, who am I to say you're capping? So I'm following her blindly. This could be a big mistake, but at the end of the day, it's just a little sprinkle. Probably don't tail me. Robert Whitaker versus Marvin Vettori. Whitaker wins by submission. Another little sprinkle, probably not going to happen, but at 26.00, I mean, I thought as soon as this matchup was made that there's a slight chance Robert Whitaker submits Marvin Vettori, because Robert Whitaker, I feel like he's been falling in love with his grappling lately. The reason he came back to the sport after the Israel Adesanya loss was because of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He started taking classes and worked his way back in, and that's what ignited his love for the sport again. So I could just easily see him coming in here. Not easily, sorry, but I could see him coming in here. Marvin Vettori trying to press those takedowns up against the fence. Robert Whittaker wrapping up a submission or a triangle or something like that. Just a submission of any kind. And, you know, just getting that big head of Marvin Vettori locked up and getting the choke here. You know, it's a possibility. And for 26.00, I wouldn't count it out. Not a bad bet to just sprinkle a little bit on if you're on the side of Whittaker. And next up, we got a 3-leg parlay. Saint Denis to win, Figlak to win, Paris to win. I just rate them all. Saint Denis, he's versing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, but Saint Denis equally is good on the ground and better on the feet. Pretty confident with that one. Michael Figlak, I just rate him. I feel like he's going to be a bit better than Fayez ZM. And then Paris, you know, John McDessie's on the older side. I feel like Paris could finally come back after the 2 losses to Dan Hooker and Bobby Green. I feel like this might be a fight that could get him back in the winning picture. So with all those parlayed, 2.98, not a bad bet, 0.6 units on that one. And then to wrap it up, I've kind of contradicted myself here because in a parlay I've got fight doesn't go the distance, but then I bet Whittaker wins by submission. But either way, at least one of them might hit. I've got Robert Whittaker versus Marvin Vettori, fight goes the distance. Buckley versus Imavov, fight doesn't go the distance. And Charles Jourdain versus Nathaniel Wood over 2.5 rounds. I got Buckley versus Imavov doesn't go the distance because I feel like either of them are very explosive and one of them is going to get finished here. I've got Charles Jourdain versus Nathaniel Wood go over 2.5 rounds because I just see this fight going to decision. But Charles Jourdain does come in hot in the 3rd round, as we know, so I could see him putting the pressure on, maybe getting a late finish. But Nathaniel Wood by decision would be great because we'd cash in that Nathaniel Wood ticket and we'd also cash in this ticket and we'd be cheering. And those are all my picks. We got it done extra quick today. Let's go. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm trying some new stuff on this channel. I appreciate all this love and support. And Shady Shane, leaving some hate on me videos. Not cool, bro. Not cool. But yeah, if you enjoy the videos, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Good or bad. I like the feedback. You know. Just you know, I'm trying here. I'm a newer fan of the sport. Video probably coming up on that later. A bit about me, a bit about, you know, can you trust my picks? Can you, what's like, how long have I been watching this sport for? What do I know about this sport? Because it is a good question. It's a question I ask myself a lot, and I hope to get into it in a future video. But it's all love and respect from me. Hope you enjoyed. As I always say, just take what you want from my videos. I'm not an MMA guru, you know. I don't know everything. I'm not Dan Hardy, you know. I just enjoy the sport. I like to put me picks out there just to help you guys out. Take what you want from it. And take what you want from this bet slip, you know. Take what you want and take what you don't want. So I appreciate you all. I appreciate the love, and yeah, peace.